okay again, like in my short, you know what, fuck it, I'm not apologizing for my hair. So, one of the reasons why I loathe doing Uber Eats is, not even Uber Eats, like I don't mind delivering the food and stuff, I don't mind dropping that off and stuff, but the one thing I have the problem with is Walmart, the deliveries. First of all, you don't make any money. Very rarely do you make money, at least in this area. There was like, what, last week? No, 2 weeks ago, I went out and I wanted to stay local, so I decided to just turn on deliveries for Uber. And I got a pickup. It was 2 orders. So I'm sitting there waiting for them to bring it out, and they bring it out 20 minutes later. And it was 2 24 packs of pencils. 2 separate orders too. And I was going, what, 40 minutes out of my way? I was going to Delaware to drop off 2 packs of pencils. Not only that, but there was one time I picked up an order. It was a fairly large order. It like took me like 2.5 hours to do because there was so many. And I looked at one of the names and I said to the lady, I said, no, I don't have that name on my, on the list. And she's like, no, it's the same one. I'm like, no, it's not. She's like, no, it's the same one. Okay. I'm telling you it's not, but whatever. So I do all my deliveries, and then there was like, of course, the one that didn't match up wasn't there, and then and there was one that I didn't have that they didn't give me. So then I had to go back to Walmart and drop off one and talk to Uber Eats because I was given a name that I never got the order from. And that was a joy. And then the other day, apparently now Uber Eats includes picking up people's medication at the pharmacies. So I was sent to Acme to pick up 2 orders. And I got to the pharmacy and I talked to the lady behind the counter. And I, showed her the names and said I was Uber Eats, picking up orders, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, oh, well, this one we don't have, we don't have it. And the other one, they were out of stock. And I'm like, okay. So I turned around and I canceled the orders. 10 seconds later, she stops me. Oh, here they are. So I had talked to Uber. They're like, okay, well, if you canceled it, just bring it back. And at this point, I was already halfway down to this other person's house to drop off her medication. It is so disorganized, and you don't make money, and don't even get me started on the fucking truck stops. Oh my God, the fucking truck stops that I have to deliver to. Okay, so there's 2 truck stops in the area. One's the Flying J, and like half a mile down the road is Pilot. And I got an Uber Eats order at like 11:30 in the morning for like Burger King or something. So I picked up the order. And first of all, like they didn't have like the drink that the guy wanted. So I messaged him. And I had to wait like 10, 15 minutes for him to answer me. I'm like, bro, they don't have your drink. They have this or they have that. So he finally answers me. So then I get the drink that he wanted. And I go to the truck stop, and I'm, driving behind, and I'm sitting there, and so I call him, I called him, and I'm like, okay, where are you? Because there's 1,000 trucks there. He's like, do you see the green truck that's parked backwards? I'm like, nope. He's like, okay, you just passed me, just back up a little. Okay, so I back up. So I back up, and I'm on the phone with the guy, and he's like, okay, look over your left shoulder. So I do. He's like, no, that's your right. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, look over your left shoulder. You're looking over your right shoulder. At this point, I'm getting pissed, and I don't care about the tip. I'm like, dude, I know my left from my right. So I look over my right shoulder because at this point I figure the guy just doesn't know his left from his right. He's like, so I look over my right, and he's like, okay, now now you're looking over your left shoulder. I'm like, actually, I'm looking over my right shoulder. He's like, do you see a green truck? And I said, no. He's like, it's over your left shoulder. So again, I look over my left shoulder, and he's like, no, your left shoulder is the driver's side. I said, no shit. So he's like, what do you see over your left shoulder? I said, a gas pump. He's like, you're looking in the wrong direction. I'm like, do you mean my right? He said, no, I'm on your left. He wasn't on my left. So it turns out, so where I'm parked right now, I'm parked in a parking lot. I was directly behind the truck. He wasn't parked backwards. And the guy was watching me in his mirror. Oh, and not only that, but like it was such a high reach, like he wouldn't even get out of his truck, which is fine. And I didn't even get a thank you. I got nothing at this point. I'm just like, I just want to get out of here. Like, I'm done. Like, I hate doing Uber Eats, but I hate doing Uber Eats Walmart. So I'm not sure which one I hate the most. However, I gotta say about most of the truckers, they tip so well. I once had to drop off an Uber Eats to a trucker. I think his order was like $7, and he ended up tipping me like $18. I think they know.